Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new FIFA 18 Ultimate Team video. So, over the past few days, weeks, whatever it is, during FIFA 18, some pretty awesome Serie A players have come out, whether it be FUTTIES winner or end of era and that sort of stuff. And a good friend of mine, GCII Messi, put together like a pretty cool past and present Serie A team and showed it to me on Discord. I think he tweeted it out and stuff. I'll leave a link to that tweet in the description if you want to go and check out what his team is like. But it got me thinking, like, what sort of squad could I put together? So I was like, hey man, you mind me making this sort of video? He's like, yeah, sure, go for it. So that's exactly what I've done today. We start off with 98 rated GG Buffon. Of course you do. He is the end of an era. He was about 100,000 coins, 125k, something like that. And he's not really that great, if I'm honest with you, but it's a really, really cool card, and I'm glad I got it in my club. Next up, we have the winner of the FUTTIES left back vote, which was Jordan Lukaku. I think he won because he was the lowest rated one and the easiest to submit, of course, because of being such a low rating, but bit of a monster, crazy pace, and I actually really liked his regular card at the start of the game, so it's nice to have a monster version of him now. We then have Javier Zanetti. He's like our first past player, well, unless you count GG Buffon as a past, considering he's now moved to PSG. So basically, yeah, that's the idea. Put a squad together featuring players that have either played in the Serie A at one stage in their career or currently playing there, and just build a nice team, see what we can get going. Kalidou Koulibaly, team of the season, fits into the squad nicely, as does Mehdi Benatia. This guy, I've said it many times, is up there as one of the best centre-backs on FIFA 18 in my opinion. 84 pace, 95 defending, 92 physical. He's 6'3", got good work rates, good dribbling for a centre-back. Like, there's not much more you can really ask for in terms of that centre-back spot. So that's the defence. So we kind of got like two past players and then sort of three present. I don't know how you're going to class GG Buffon, because of course he has got the Juventus badge on that card. But we then move into the midfield. And of course Ruud Gullit features because it's a Lasty video. I try and use him whenever I can. He's the greatest, right? He's the GOAT midfielder on FIFA. He just is. He works the best for me anyway. 93 rated prime Gullit, member of Club 80, got loads of crazy stats, and of course played in the Serie A back in the day, as did Andrea Pirlo. 91 rated. This I think it's just run out actually. It came back as an SBC, and I hope you guys picked it up if you didn't do so previously. And then this is the latest one, Daniele Di Rossi, 95 rated end of an era Daniele Di Rossi, member of Club 80, 94 passing, 95 defending, 96 physical, and he's actually got some pretty mental in-game stats. Just a pretty fun card to have. I know he's only got 2-star skills, but he was bossing my midfield, and I did rate him. Like, there's a noticeable pace upgrade there, and of course other stats in all areas upgrade as well. And then we have three other players that used to play in the Serie A in the past as my final front three. Oh, I'm messing up my words here. But 98 Mo Salah, of course, came from Roma before, now playing for Liverpool. He has this 98 rated Player of the Year item. He also got the 98 rated tots as well. Mental stats on that. Ronaldinho, the beast. I just always picture him in that AC Milan shirt, you know. 94 rated, 92 pace, 95 dribbling, 90 shooting. I know this particular version isn't based off of like AC Milan or whatever, but this is the Ronaldinho that I have. This is the one that fits the bill. And then of course we have Ronaldo R9, who I actually saw once in real life at the San Siro playing for Inter Milan against Ipswich Town. He came on for a very brief moment towards the end of the match, had gold boots on, and I loved it. I went and bought the Inter shirt with 9 Ronaldo on the back. Of course I did. So yeah, he's always been up there as one of my favourite players, and I'm pretty lucky to say that I've seen a glimpse of him in real life, even though it was, you know, him coming back from an injury, didn't really do much. I've been about 100 feet from R9 Ronaldo. That's pretty cool. I've probably told that story many times as well. But we now move on to the goals. So that was the squad. I've gone with the 4-3-3-3 just because it was enabled me to get like Salah in the team and then just have 2 links to icons and things like that. Like the rest of the squad, I mean, the only player that, or there's 2 players, of course, that are in the squad that aren't icons, that aren't in the Serie A currently, and that was Pirlo and that was also Salah. So the rest of the players either link up chemistry-wise because they are in that league, or because, of course, they are icons who link to anyone. I put a bench together as well. I haven't shown you that, but it just features, again, more past and present players that I would have tried to get in the team if it would have worked chemistry-wise, but it didn't. You know, I'd love to stuck Kaká in there. I've got a 93-9 goal, and you could see that I just scored a goal with him, actually. I actively tried to bring on my subs so that, you know, I could talk about them during the video as well. And then we just had some other pretty beastly players that I've got in the Serie A, like Team of the Season Alan. I've got an 88 rated Milinkovic-Savic, which is, of course, is nowhere near as high statted as the 95 rated Team of the Season. However, I don't really have the spare coins to go out and buy that, and I don't really rate Milinkovic-Savic that much on this game. Feels kind of clunky. Like, I almost would prefer to use someone like this ROSSI for sure, but even like Team of the Season Alan or someone a bit more agile. It works better for me on the game because I do like to go on a little mazy run with any player that I fancy at any given point in time, and that's something which, having the midfield that I had today, I switched it up to the 4-1-2-1-2 whenever I fancied it, and then played De Rossi as the CDM, Pirlo and Hullet as my CMs, Ronaldinho at cam, and then Salah and Ronaldo up front. That just seemed to work really well. And I'm shushing people who, if they shush me, they're getting shushed. That's the new rule. I'll try not to be the instigator of a shush going forwards, because I know that just, I don't know, there's no need really, unless you're super pissed off and your opponent is really winding you up. There's not really any need, is there? I've got a couple of celebrations that I like to do. I like to do that one. That's like the Chef Kikuchi one, and of course he used to play for Ipswich Town, so it's one of my favourite celebrations to do. Or I just run to the camera because sometimes I need like a player render for a thumbnail, and that gives you a nice HD render as they move up towards the camera. So that's why I do that other one, especially for the Road to Glory. You probably noticed that by now. But I can't really remember what I talk about. Like I think we were on about the midfielders and how like Alan is better than Milinkovic-Savic and stuff, and that's just the case. Like I would be interested to know what you guys would prefer in terms of, is it just, do you just look at stats and be like, okay, yeah, he's going to be sick, and then he just performs well for you, because that Milinkovic-Savic has got like pretty much 90s all around, and I'm sure he's pretty good, but it's just a clunkiness to him. You know, Ruud Gullit probably hasn't got quite as good stats, but he's more agile and he gets around, and he's just, it works for me. The 4-star skill, 5-star weak foot combo of Ruud Gullit is obviously one of the major things which turns him into the best midfielder in the game for me. We've kind of got a little bit of everything in this one. R9 is up there as one of the best strikers I've used. However, being said, like going into Team of the Season players and stuff, like they got some really good stats this year, and they definitely compete with icons. And there would be a lot of people that would come out and say there are better Team of the Season players than Icon Prime R9, just because there probably are. You know, like Aguero, for instance, is higher rated than R9, and there's so many players that are higher rated. And then you have the most fun player on Ultimate Team this year, for me, easily Ronaldinho. He always scores some banging goals for me. I always genuinely try and score sick goals, popping off volleys like left foot, hitting rainbow flick volleys, like free kick specialist, long shot specialist, trickster, just a whole lot of fun. Genuinely is my favourite player on this game, and I always thought it would be as soon as I saw that he was coming out. Like, I knew that I needed Ronaldinho in my life, and I hope and pray that he's on the next version of FIFA, on FIFA 19, just because I feel like I always would need a Ronaldinho in my Ultimate Team. That hair just sort of waving in the background and running off doing them tricks. It's so nostalgic. It's so much fun. And that's what he did. He put a smile on loads of people's face playing football, of course, which is great. And then you have like the players which have worked their way up to where they are on FIFA this year, like Mo Salah. That's a good example against like R9. You know, R9 is prime. He's 96. He's never going to get any better than that. But Salah worked his way up from like an 83 this year and ended up getting a 98 after one hell of a crazy season for Liverpool. And so you got a lot of like the old and the new, and this team actually was really fun. If I could change anything, it would be to bring Pirlo out just because of the stamina issues. Maybe stick Nainggolan in. I could have done that, but I feel like I would have had too many present Serie A players, and I wanted to get a lot of past ones in there as well. But if you guys have enjoyed, do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button. Let me know what you think of the squad. Have you got a past and present Serie A squad? I'd like to know what players you would feature. Thanks so much for watching. Have a lovely day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.